Okay, so I've recently ordered this Alcantara. I don't know if it's Alcantara or suede what I ordered. It's been so long I cannot even remember. But it's essentially a wheel retrim kit. And this is from Lxud Customs. I will put down below how it's spelled because I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically all this does is it replaces the factory leather that's already on with some nice Alcantara slash suede. And it's also got the 12 o'clock stripe as well. So first what we have to do is we have to clean the whole wheel, and I finally invested in some good detailing brushes, so I'm going to get started with cleaning the whole wheel down and getting any grease or anything that's already on it off, and then we can start applying the new wheel trim cover. In order to prep the wheel ready, what we're going to do is use some Chemical Guys Nonsense Invisible Super Cleaner, and I've actually invested in some detailing brushes so we can actually get the steering wheel fully clean for once and not just looking clean. So all you do is just quickly spray some of the cleaner onto the brush, let it sit for a minute just to get into the bristles, and then work it in. In the kit you do get some tape which is double-sided. It's very thin so you're not going to feel it even if you do use it. You get this handy little pry tool which obviously helps you put it all in these sections here. You get your guide, and you obviously get 2 needles and 2 reels of thread, which I'm definitely going to use because I know I'm going to mess up at some point. So it's nice that they include all this within the kit. I will link everything down below, by the way, so everything that I've used today, even the Chemical Guys cleaner, I will link down below, and I'll link Lxud Customs website as well. Just to give you guys an update, I have tried and used my other camera, but for some reason it just keeps stopping, so it looks like I'm going to have to use this one. Apologies for the wind as well. If you live in England around this time, you'll know exactly when I'm on about. The wind was just absolutely horrendous. To give you just a look at what I've done so far, just give you a look at what I've done so far. I've got all the stitching, well, all the material like tucked away pretty much nearly. I just need to fit this bit away. I've done the bottom section, which looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. And then I've got this side, which I'm still doing. I've centered this as much as I can because it will bug me if it isn't. But it says to use this tape, but this feels pretty sturdy by itself. And I feel like if I use the tape on some pieces, it's not going to allow me to like adjust it if it needs to. Like, say if this bit gets like crinkled up or something, I can't adjust it. So I feel like I'm going to have to put him in places like these where they're quite big, but for stuff like this I don't think you actually need it. I might be wrong and I might contradict myself later on, but I will get all this tidied up and then I'll get back to you once I've finished. Now that this is all tidied away now, you can see how nice it looks. There are some creases here and there. If I just zoom in, you can see there's some fine creases, but this is easily rectified by just pulling on both sides of the material, and that just irons all that out, so it looks really nice. Now, it should be noted that obviously Lxud Customs, they make these products and they are made to fit, but obviously do be careful, because if they don't fit, you need to realise it early on before you get to like this sort of stage when you're tucking everything in and everything like that. Okay, so for those who are wanting to do something like this on their F20, I will say this: don't get disheartened if the first time that you do the stitches and everything like that they don't come out perfectly, because this was my first attempt here. Not amazing in terms of like consistency, I'd put it down to. But then this side here is gone so much easier. Like the seaming itself is the stitching itself is just so much more better. It's so much more like consistent now that I've got like a rhythm and everything like that. I feel like if I'd redone this, it'd be good. But if I do redo this, I feel like I'll end up breaking something. Like maybe I'll break the thread or something like that. And then I've basically got to re-sew this section here like 3 times or something. But I think this looks good, but this side definitely looks better. And I'm glad, because this is like my dominant hand. I'm left-handed, so I'm always, if I'm going to be touching a part of the steering wheel, it's going to be this side here. So I just love how good this has turned out so far. So just to give you like an idea of how much I've done both bottom sections now. I just need to finish up this one and then just tuck away all this trim here, and then I just need to do the top, and then it's all done, and I will show you the finished product. So let's go. Right, so back again. It has been about a week since I installed the suede steering wheel. I just thought I'd do that just so I can give like a proper review of how it looks, what you should watch out for if you do it. Personally, there isn't anything that I could fault with this steering wheel. It feels absolutely amazing when you're driving. It feels a lot more premium. It does generally make you wonder why BMW didn't do this with the 1 Series and option it out. I suppose with the M Sport it'd make more sense instead of just doing it with the standard, but I feel like this is amazing. Apologies, I have started losing my voice, that's why I sound a bit different, but that aside, there is nothing that I can say about this wheel that would badmouth the company in any way. It is absolutely amazing. It does need cleaning up after a bit, just because obviously the sweat and oils on your hands do start to gunk up the fibres, as it will do with any other type of Alcantara or suede steering wheel. That's simply done by just getting a rag or something like that, spraying it with some all-purpose cleaner. I do say fabric cleaner might be better, just on a microfiber and just massaging it in. I have used Strana Gloss fabric cleaner for this. I think it was the Strana Gloss one, so shout out to them, they were amazing. Not paid sponsor in any way. And the only thing that I can fault with this wheel is user error. I'll show a video of it now. There are some creases around about here, so where your fingers hold in and basically where you hold the steering wheel essentially. I use like the thumb placements. I'll put what you call them. I just call them thumb placements. Just there, and you just get creases now and again. I probably should have used the application tape. I used the application tape all around the top of the steering wheel, which I didn't show in the previous video, and that has stayed there firm. Everything stayed perfectly nice. The bottom, just round the back of the steering wheel, there is a little flap. I am going to put some tape on there just to hold that in, because my finger does catch it now and again when I'm getting in and out of the car, and obviously I don't want to break the stitching in any way, so it's just that. Again, user error on my part. Everything's gone perfectly fine apart from like bits of the stitching. That's on me. What I do recommend is, instead of doing what I did and rushing it in one night, take your time, make sure you got plenty of daylight to do this sort of stuff. And yeah, I could not recommend this wheel trim anymore than I already have. So I'll put a link to the company down in the description, and up there you will see a picture of this steering wheel that they kindly reached out for, and obviously saw that I put it on Instagram, and it is now on their website, so that's something good. And yeah, that's all for this video, so I will see you next time. I have got some interesting more add-ons to start doing to this car. Reg plates would be a huge giveaway on what the next video is about. Also, the company Maxton Design links into it as well. Not paid sponsor, but it is something to do with Maxton Design, so I hope you look forward to that, and I will see you in the next video.